Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if you haven't been here, this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's reading, I'm so excited. I'm going to channel a love message to you from your twin flame. So let's get started right away. Message from your twin flame, love message. What does your twin flame want you to know? My dearest twin flame, there are things that I'm dealing with that may be holding me back from this connection. Things that I may be depending on that aren't very healthy for me. There are certain things that I depend on to get through my day, to get through my life. And these things that I rely on or depend on are what's getting me through this time that I'm going through. And it's not something that I'm proud of, but I am dealing with. These are things that I find myself relying on in ways that I may be addicted to. They could even be selfish ways. They can even be substance. They are things that aren't healthy for me, and they aren't healthy for you or our connection. And so I have yet to clear these things. I have yet to clear these addictions that I find myself in. And there are even ways of being that I've become somewhat dependent on or addicted to. And because they're not healthy, if I don't release these things, if I don't work through these things, it's going to affect our relationship. As much as it seems like I don't want to make the effort, I do want to make the effort. I want us both to make the effort. But I know at this time the reason why I'm not communicating with you is because there is this barrier. It's like a wall that I keep hitting. It's like as much as I want to climb over that wall and reach you, as much as I want to just bust through this wall and hug you and embrace you, the wall is what's keeping me from you. This illusion of a wall that is somewhat blocking me from you. This wall is like a fear that I have, and this wall represents all of my fears and insecurities that are keeping me from you. So please be patient and know in your heart that I want to climb over this wall, climb over this hurdle to be with you and to embrace you and to hug you. I have yet to embark on this spiritual path that I find myself on, that your love has opened me up to. Your love has opened me up to really examine my beliefs, examine what I believe in, examine that I'm more than just this physical body. Your love has opened me up to go even deeper into what I've ever known. And I'm embarking on this spiritual path. And sometimes I don't have the answers. Sometimes I don't really take the time to look for the answers. I'm just trying to live life and be the best that I can be. So please be patient as I examine these beliefs, as I examine what's truly important in my life. So I get caught up in these negative thoughts, these negative emotions, my own toxicity, and it's overwhelming, it's overbearing, and I tend to need to run away from all of these negative thoughts and feelings that I have that keep me in separation. So I'm having to constantly deal with these thoughts that aren't healthy, that they're not real, and yet they're there. I have a lot of negative emotions that I don't seem to know where they come from, and yet they're there. So every day is like I'm having to deal with the thoughts that come into my head, with the feelings that come, as well as just everyday life. So that's what I'm going through now. And because I have these thoughts and you've awakened me to go deeper, I find that I'm letting go of a lot of things, of a lot of people and situations. So I guess you could say that I am growing. There is growth. The world is changing, and I've had to change along with it, with these changes in the world. So I'm not the same person that I was, and yet I still feel like I have more growing to do during this time. So I have to think about what's truly important to me. I have to go within and find the answers. I have to figure out what my next steps are and really follow what's in my heart and what my heart is telling me. So I'm coming up with new ways of being. I'm coming up with new ideas. And I do see us together. I do see this alternate life where I surrender to the magic of us, where I surrender to the magic of our connection, where you have always been this light for me, and I want to hold that light for you when you need. So I'm going to listen to my heart, and as much as it is a battle with my brain, I want to follow what's in my heart, because you have opened me up to the sound of my heart, and I can't shut that off anymore. So I'm going to listen, because I wasn't listening in the past. I wasn't listening with my heart. I was listening with my head. So I want you to know that I am listening to my heart. I'm listening to your heart and to what you're telling me. And so again, I'm opening up to listen. So I'm going to take this time as an opportunity for more growth. I'm opening up myself to work opportunities that will help me in the long run. And so that's where my focus is right now. And I look at our connection with possibility as a new love. When we come back to one another, I'm going to be like a new person, and you're going to be like a new person to me, and we are going to begin this new love together. So I want to take a chance on love. I want to take a chance on us. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And so I'm taking this chance for us. Even though the waters have been rocky and it's been a crazy emotional ride, I'm there with you and we're there together. So in the meantime, I want both of us to move on with our lives. And this doesn't mean that I'm going to let you go. My heart is always with you. And it doesn't mean that you have to let me go. We don't have to let go. We just can move forward in our lives to make sure that everything's working. I want you to be happy. And I'm doing my best to be happy. So we'll always stay connected. And we can still move forward in our lives. Let's not stay stuck. I feel your love. And even though I want to deny it some days, or ignore it, or reject it, I feel it every day. And it's comforting knowing that you still love me. It's a great comfort to my heart, knowing that as soon as I wake up, I feel your love is there. And it's beautiful. I want our connection. It may not seem like I do. Some days you may feel like I don't care. But I do want this connection. But I need to be alone right now because how I was being in the past wasn't working for us. It wasn't working for me. And our connection helped bring this to the surface. So as much as it pains me to have to be alone, I have to be alone right now to figure myself out. And even though I need to be alone, I do feel a lot of sadness. I do feel this sadness at not being able to reach out to you, not be able to hear your voice, not be able to talk to you, or be in your presence. It gives me a lot of sadness and anxiety. So it's not that I'm happier moving on without you, it's that I need to learn how to be happy alone so that I know how to be happy when we're together. I want reunion. I miss the days of us being together because it felt like home. And despite what may have happened or what's going on with us now, I still feel the same because I know we're connected, and as much as I try to fight this connection, the more I fight it, the harder it is for me to just cope in the world. I feel these feelings of abandonment. And so this is what also keeps me separate or in separation from you, because being abandoned is like a fear of mine. And so when we get really close, I feel like I have to run away because I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to experience feelings of being abandoned, especially by you. So I leave first to avoid being the one who's left behind. I give you my heart. I gave you my heart a long time ago. And so please keep it safe. Do what you have to do in your life. Move on if you must. But you have my heart in your hands. Some days I wake up and I can't believe that I felt all these feelings of love. So some days I think, was that real? Is this real? Is it possible? Do you even feel the same way for me? I doubt in this connection, and I doubted in the connection, and that's why we're not together. Because I have my doubts, and some days they just tend to overpower how I feel. And this connection really scares me because it's so deep, because I feel all these feelings and I never felt them before. And not only do I feel these feelings that I've never felt before, but I now look at myself the way I never used to, the way I never had to. Our connection forces me to have to look at myself, because by running away from myself is what I'm actually doing. It's not that I'm running away from you, it's like I'm running away from myself. So please forgive me, even if I'm not asking you for forgiveness. I know that I do need your forgiveness, because there have been many ways in which I hurt you as much as I hurt myself. I want you to to be able to look at me and have a clear heart. And I want to be able to look at you knowing that you've forgiven me. I know that I need to work on forgiveness in my own life. There are many things in my life, people in my life, situations in my life that I need to forgive, that I'm still holding on to. And so I need to work on forgiveness in my own life as well. And it's causing me to have to grow more. But I see you as my inspiration, as this angel that inspires me to grow, that inspires me to be better. Your strength and your love help me to grow. You are my answered prayer. And so as much as I see you as my answered prayer, I know that you can't save me from what I'm going through, from what I need to learn. I have to learn these lessons on my own. But when I first encountered you, you were my answered prayer. You took away all the hurt and the pain that I was running away from. You were this answered prayer that I needed when we met. And so I know that you are still my answered prayer because I feel your love as I continue on this journey. Let's do one last card. So I'm going to keep listening. I'm going to have an open heart, an open mind. I'm going to be listening to my heart, listening to the universe for signs of you, listening to songs and music and lyrics. I'm going to listen to them as if you're speaking directly to me. So please do the same. Please listen to the sounds of nature and know that I'm reaching out to you. Know that I'm wanting to be with you and that I can feel you. Please listen to your heart. Please listen to my heart that you hold in your hands. And know that no matter what, we are twin flames and nothing can ever break that bond.